Greetings everybody, welcome back to Infested Planet. We are now past the halfway point of story mode, much more than that when you talk about the plot missions. No matter which way it forks here, we only have a few left to go. Anabasis is up next, but at 60,000 we're going to be taking another break from the story and doing the Grotto combination of random missions. It's also worth noting in the background here, the growth of all of this is kind of subtle, but when we first saw this map, it was all the way on the other side of this lake, so we can definitely see that the planet is getting wilder and wilder, and definitely not going in the direction that we would like. Genetic markers indicate that the creatures in the grotto are extremely adept at altering their abilities. The grotto is a place for seasoned soldiers only. We've now reached the point in the game where I really don't expect any particularly smooth or clean runs to happen. It's just more relative levels of pain that we're going to be dealing with. In the grotto parameters, they do spread out the hives, usually more. There's a couple close by here, but no super tight clusters of 3 of them, unless you get particularly unlucky with the map generation. Then we have 4 of the build point crates instead of the usual 3, but that isn't just additional resources for us, it's more additional obstacles out in the wild, because we have 10 build points to start instead of the previous 12. But the biggest change, I think, to the way the grotto maps are made is what I think of as being wild cards. So let's see what we have. Well, we have an infested turret and a vile tongue. We have not run into these before. Grabs moving marines and pulls them in. Let's just say it's not to invite them over for tea. So those can be fun to deal with. And then, what do we have over here? We've got infested medical pod. Another infested turret. They can have infested mortars. They can have infested shields. There can be proto-hives. There's a variety of items they can throw out there. So the point is, we're not just dealing with the hives, but also those other structures. We have to combine those together to figure out what's the most dangerous part of this map going to be, what do I want to hit first, all of that. So, in looking at our crates, I don't think I'm going to go after this one. But I should be able to run by here, grab these eventually, and probably also push on to this. Now, I can't get an officer and also get a life support right away, because we don't have enough resources. So I'm going to very quickly take an officer and run past and just grab one of these. Probably going to lose some people here, since we're not healing them. But I just want the crate at all costs. Yep, we lost everybody. Awesome, good job. Lots of death. Death for everyone, but we also got our crate. So, now, we can try to place a secure life support station. And they'll be fine once everybody actually comes up. I do want to raid one more right away. This is just going to keep spawning people at us. And I want to get rid of this hive. But before I do that, I've got to run over here and get rid of this so this isn't providing reinforcements. Plow through the crowd. Use those machetes or side blades or whatever it is you have. Yep. Okay, more people dying. Why wouldn't there be more people dying? So our count's going to be pretty high on this from these initial raids, but ultimately, does it really matter? Not particularly, no. Waiting for officer to reappear. There they are. So I'm going to leave one regular soldier here, I think. 2 shotgunners, 2 regular marines. Come with me. And now we're going after the actual target. You almost got down too low, but you managed to survive it. Holding on just fine over here for now. Okay, so there's the immediate threat. Now, where do I want to go? What's the worst, most dangerous area? I mean, these two, with both a turret and a vile tongue, worth considering. These two also worth considering. Then there's this over here with, I mean, a turret and a medical pod isn't too bad. What I think I want to do is hit these, and then move into this. And then probably wrap this up later. This one I think I can just leave alone for basically the rest of the map and make it my last target. It's isolated, it has nothing nearby. Now I do think it's a bit expensive for this early, but I'm going to go with robotics. Because the way I'm going to do this, then I'm going to be pretty spread out, being attacked from multiple sides. So I think rather than just throwing Marines by each bunker, this will work a little better. Okay, then we'll move out and we'll see if you can hold and if we need to put a Marine up by you or not. Next obstacle. I'm going to need to drop everybody back so that I can have an officer. Let's see, let's go over this one first. I want to grab the last two crates. However many deaths may ensue. Long-range healing drone, do your thing. And then we'll come over here. Although before we do that, I'm going to route through this way. Notice that it's a little bit difficult to see, but they're basically going to rebuild the turrets typically, but they don't rebuild the vile tongues from the hives that are still alive. So, given that we know that, we can actually take advantage of that and just do sort of a suicide strike if it needs to be. There it goes. See the vile tongue sucking us in? And then it's going to try to munch on us if we get in too close. But I'm just going to focus everybody on it. Knock it out. There it is. Now everybody run. And notice it doesn't have one of those little circles around it saying that it's rebuilding, so that is gone for good. And then now, I will come down this way and raid this. Just basically bit by bit knocking out the support for this area. Clear that out, please. I was a little bit low on ammo there. Yep, turret's firing. We'll run away. And we're getting hit back there, so we're gonna just make it double time back. We're probably gonna lose some people here, etc. But we're just gonna chill out back in this zone. Let's go ahead and make you a shotgunner. And just wait to clear everybody out. They seem to be wanting to focus in on this at the moment. Let's see, if I leave one Marine, one Rifleman back here, we'll see if that's enough. If not, we'll leave a Shotgunner. This one seems to be holding out, so this seems to be the focus of their current attacks. Okay, so this area here, I think I can approach through this way and not be in too much range from the turrets or all of this until I get closer. And I think I'm going to switch my officer back. I could use a turret, but I think I'm actually just going to grab another Marine. Let's see about this. We'll make you my ammunition specialist. Okay, back up a bit. Pull you in here. just want the one there. There we go. Okay, you're holding out fine. You are, at least for now. They're splitting up their forces again. And for us to take this, we're going to come under fire here. So I'm just going to hang out for a bit. Go up to about here would be the edge of their range. Yep, we're going to pop up. But I just want to get everything cleared out and just recover enough ammunition that I can do this reasonably. Let's give this a try. Gonna go after that. You're gonna go after this turret first. Whoops. Then go after the rest. If they got mimicry, that's no big deal. This is gonna rebuild, but it shouldn't have a chance to go completely. We may lose some people in this fight. Oh, we didn't quite. Alright. So mimicry and neurotoxin. Not too bad. We're still okay back here. Of course, they could come this way as well, but that's what we have robotics for. And these are just spawners. This is just spawners. Split. There's no areas of really concentrated spinners. So I think I'm just going to go after these. I'm just going to go shotgun heavy. Why not all 5 of you? I don't normally do that, but this is a lot of spawners. So we're going to be dealing with many enemies, but we really should be able to tear through even this amount with this level of shotgun firepower. It's going to make a slaughter of it. Blood gushing everywhere from the alien scum, who, based on what we've seen in the story so far, may be more noble life forms than we are, but nonetheless. Pretty straightforward. Let's capture our territory. Clone attacks. And also, okay, tower spawners. The clone strike, they literally clone our troops and go after us. So the more powerful your soldiers are, the more powerful theirs are. So this is going to lead me towards, from now on, going more in the direction of maybe using more rifle marines and maybe using more turrets or other items so that they aren't going to be cloning as powerful of troops. But before I do that, let's run everybody back here and try to defend. And so one of them is going to come this way, one's going to come this way, the clones and the towers. Gonna wait to see which is which. Okay, clones are coming here. Either way, why don't we throw a couple of you and just teleport you back here to help. Stick you right over here. Throw up a turret to help defend. Cloners didn't do too well. Now we're getting hit pretty hard over this direction though. So let's run you over here. Then also throw up a turret just to make sure we survive that. I think that's all the towers. Okay, so we want to get everybody healed up. now this hopefully is going to be okay by itself. Hopefully this will be okay by itself. And I want to focus on this area down here. This is coming over here pretty strong. I think I don't mind leaving a regular soldier back here. But I'm right away gonna demote a bunch of you. Okay, now we have a lot of resources, but we will simply utilize them more in other ways. I don't really need it, but it probably wouldn't hurt me to just throw up a chopper strike at this stage. And we haven't used it yet, so I'm going to throw it into operation here. I'm going to get the ammo supply. I don't think it's strictly necessary. Just the idea behind it is, okay, when we throw out our chopper, we can throw it out an extra time in a row if we really want to. Okay, here's our tower. Let's just throw a couple strikes on there right away. There we go, and then you'll clean up the rest of that mess. Everything should be fine. So let's get to work then. Let's maybe throw in a turret about here. Okay, you're having trouble back there, so we're going to go ahead and put a soldier back to help you. Knocked out their healing pod there. We can afford another turret, so we'll do that. And then we've got the choppers. Let's use the choppers. 3 of them. There's no way anything there survives getting hit by 3 choppers. How do you like being dead, everybody? And what's next? Hive shells. Up to 3 random hives are shielded and resist damage. Lovely. You're having a little bit of trouble here, but I think you will figure it out. Let's just move you on this side. You're okay here. They're coming up here pretty strong, and okay, I think this is one of our latest spawners. So let's go ahead and bring a few of you back just to make sure everything's fine. Go ahead and run an officer with you. Be able to blast that apart fairly routinely. Cool. Now where's our cloners? Cloners are here. Another tower spawner came here. Okay.
Attack after that.
So we're having to deal with all this defending, and the question is, well, when are we going to be able to attack? It's actually a rather open question. But that's all gone. You defend better here. Oh, that's being overwhelmed here. I abandoned that too much. Okay, everybody go back. We're going to clear that out. And then since this is being difficult at the moment, I am going to grab a couple more shotgunners just to try to clean it out quickly. So when we get some of these items like Tower Spawn or Clone Strike, I like to try to just attack in between their surges. You know, grab another hive and then see what the situation is. This one is shielded, so it is preventing us from really knocking it down quickly, but we're still going to get there. It's just taking extra time. Okay, Tower Spawner attack imminent, but we've got our next Barrel of Fun. What do you have now? Impact. Okay. So those are more dangerous. Let's run one of you back here. And you know what? I'm just going to throw up a turret next to this one. Then our tower spawner is coming. We've got cloners definitely coming here. Okay. I'm just going to take a few of you and teleport you over here. And then you're coming this way, but we're going to utilize Chopper Strike there. Cloners are down. Bring you over here. And we seem to be okay. So I'm going to sort of just move in on this now. We've got lots of resources, so I'm just going to throw them at you. Isolated hives versus the number of turrets and soldiers I've got, not going to really do anything. And why not just hit you with a couple of chopper strikes just because we can make it easier. Didn't actually get everything, but we will finish that soon. Jump in. Okay. Now, there's only one place left for them to attack from. Looks like they're coming this way. We will grab an officer and run a few of you over that way. Also use our chopper strike if needed. And I think I'm actually going to bring everybody back that way, because you're splitting in a couple directions here. I mean, the level of ammunition here is really quite nice. Back up to the coverage. Get our turret involved in the fight. And let's see it. Bring you out here. So I want to gradually push up this direction. Yeah. You're not gonna last. These are all spitters.
Roger that. Target acquired.
But I am not going to tangle with them myself. Having a bit of problems over there. We have plenty of people. So you just go help. Howdy, fellas. How y'all doing? Alright, we're going to back off for a bit. We're just going to chill out. You're doing fine over here, but we'll put up a shotgunner. And they delayed us. No. You come back here. They delayed us a bit here, but they're not going to defeat us. Focus on those, please. There we go. Let's take a free chopper strike. Then a couple more. And we'll move in. Charge! And that should be it. Victory! The Grotto has fallen. I really do like the direction they're going with this, though. With all of the other wildcard items they're throwing at the map, it really makes it interesting to me to sort of figure out a path, particularly if they have mortars or other really long-range items placed in particularly dangerous positions. So, 60,000. What new toys do we get? We still have our mortar. We have the siege cannon. Great for destroying large alien swarms, but it can't kill buildings. Rips through crowds and barriers, and I think we saw this one in the first mission of the game. So we've still got the minigunner, still got the shield emitter. Okay, we have a scout now, 100,000. Cloaking device hides them from enemies. They freeze enemies in stasis and paralyze them, but also makes them invulnerable. It's invisible, revealed if moves too close to enemies, etc. So, low health and killed easily. So the scout will be interesting to try out as well. So we're getting some really, now, higher level stuff. Engineering as well. 90,000. Basically, you can remote build structures with this. Teleporters bring in reinforcements that keep fighting when your Marines die. But the morale loss is only 50%. Again, morale only applies to the planetary campaign, not what we're doing now. So replaces the dead Marines with AI backup, but they cost 1 ammunition. More teleports place Marines faster. So all kinds of new toys we have suddenly unlocked, but we're going to stick with the mortar. Then we've got a good start on whatever our next item is, probably the shield emitter. That will all be explored when next we return, and we'll see what the raid version of the Grotto has for us. Thanks for watching.